Ladies, gentlemen, bodies of water, welcome to the Alchemy Lab. My name is Lee Simmons. I'm currently in quarantine, but I'll be playing Cassius Valentine.
I'm Carl. I'm not in quarantine. I'll be playing Gracchus.
I am Matt. I'm not in quarantine either. And I'll be playing, well, pretty much everybody else.
As you'll see, ladies
I'll
and
be
gentlemen,
playing
bodies of
everybody,
water.
including these two.
Goodness, he's always playing us for fools, is what he'll be playing us for. As you'll notice, Matt's beard has changed yet again. Mine has stayed exactly the fucking same. Carl's just looks glorious. This is what we were talking about before. I need to vent emotionally before we get into this, or maybe I can keep the rage in for where we are, because we just had a really, really tough case, didn't we?
Yeah.
Both on the characters and us. That was a heavy story to play.
That was a ride.
It was only supposed to be 4 parts.
Yeah.
Ended up being 6.
Yeah.
So, you know us, we like to investigate these things and we like to talk.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I dangled things in front of you as well.
Yeah.
We love a dangle. But yeah, so we are the nihilist is finished. She's dead.
Good.
She's very dead. And I imagine we've saved quite a lot of people, Matt. Am I right?
Oh yeah. I would think you have. Well, shall we get into it?
Let's get into it.
Yes.
All right. So we open today. I'd say a day and a night after the conclusion of the Nihilist. So things in your lives have returned to the sort of standard quiet you have between cases.
Yeah.
But it's almost been too quiet, because it's almost as if, almost maybe unconsciously, you haven't really been interacting with each other. In fact, you haven't seen each other even since you parted ways toward the end of the Nihilist. Gracchus left.
Oh.
We're good.
Okay.
You're good.
Yeah.
That was a terrifying noise. Gracchus left your share of the pay, Cassius, in the office. But apart from that, you haven't seen him.
How much was that pay?
It was... I can't remember how much it was. It was some...
Give me a number out of the air.
I don't think there was any gold in it. I'll be honest with you. I think it was mostly silver.
It was... I left like 2 gold and like 20 silver, so it would have been, you would have got 2 and 20.
2 is brilliant.
I actually think it was
gold.
I actually think it was 2 and 20. Yeah, I think it was 2 and 20.
That's great. Now I'm at 100 gold pieces. I'm a baller.
Yeah. And yeah, you haven't really run into each other. Gracchus, so you will have heard the news that Liza's wife was found. Liza's husband, was found. Paolo. And that's all good.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, I don't know. There's just something.
There is a disquiet in our souls.
Indeed. Fully. I mean, it's an unknown disquiet, which disquiets you even more, Cassius. So it seems you've decided to put a stop to it, and you have traced Gracchus's movements. At least his movements today. And as you approach him now, he is not leaning on the railing that separates Mihre from empty sky, but he's sort of standing. His arms are at his sides. He's looking out at the islands and at the sort of the distant stars that are just starting to kind of glint. It is it's not quite, it's sort of getting toward evening time. So the stars are starting to appear between the islands.
So he's sort of back towards me, looking up, and I've spotted him. Okay.
Yep.
So I'll sidle up as quietly as possible. Quietly as possible, so he doesn't know I'm coming. And to just stand next to him. Good evening, old friend.
I should have known I couldn't stay lost for long.
Well, we are investigators now, sir. And I do like a secret.
Of that I'm well aware. How have you been?
Could be better. Could be making more money. But it seems we have come to a lull in our work at the moment. I have a few leads that I'd like to chase up, but I'm more worried about you.
I need a break, Cass.
Hmm.
I need to get out of Mihre for a bit. I've been here too long. I've been cut off from my people, from my ancestors. I need to get back to what I remember.
Okay. Well, I did expect this would come, but yes, take some time. We have nothing that we potentially need to do. Even if we do, I used to work alone, so I can again. Take as much time as you need.
Thank you, friend. I've booked passage on a ship called the Dixie.
Sorry, guys. all will become clear later. Back to character.
Mm-hmm.
The Dixie, you say?
Yeah, Dixie. Pilot's going out Void Way to one of the more, shall we say, less frequently travelled islands. Jungle, mostly.
You pique my interest, friend, but this is something you must do alone.
Yeah. I leave tomorrow, so probably gone. Oh, I don't know.
As I say, take as much time as you need. Should you find any secrets, Voidways, please bring them back.
Anything I find, I'll let you know.
But if you're going, then we must do our farewell in the proper manner.
Of course. Well,
Me?
I need to round up some supplies just to make sure everything's ready to go. But the evening would be nice to spend at the library, a few drinks, just relaxing.
I'll attend to everything. I'll see you at dusk. And I just forget. You need some time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, Gracchus, in the meantime, you've fixed up that leather armor.
Mm-hmm.
Studded leather armor.
Yep.
That's what it was. That cost you that set you back 50 gold.
Okay.
Because it was a big job. There was a lot of most of the leather needed refurbing and reinforcing. But it is now functional studded leather armor.
Cool.
That
nearly left me broke.
Did it?
Yeah.
Why do I have so much more money than you?
Don't forget, I have a habit.
He gives it away.
Oh yeah, he fucking chucks it away, doesn't he, idiot? Fucking Gracchus. Have this, poor person. Just keep it. Give him the bronze.
Not his nature.
So dusk rolls around, and Gracchus, you head into the Devilish Library, and in there is Cassius at the bar. He has a rye waiting for you. In there as well is Ender, the tabaxi fellow, you've met before. Charon is in there as well, as is Nock. And Boise is by the door. He gives you a nod as you come in. And as you approach the bar, you hear the doors lock behind you.
I'm sorry it had to be this way, Gracchus. And I stepped slowly towards him.
Did I miss something?
Tonight is your last night.
Just all instantly, his hand goes for like one of the hand actors on his side, just out of pure instinct.
Yeah. And I have my hand behind my back as well. I have my whiskey there. I have my hand behind my back. So tonight is your last night. For tonight, we get well and truly fucked up. And I raise my glass to the guys. They all cheer, and Gracchus subsides in himself.
Hey, good sir.
Yeah.
Rembrandt gives a sly shake of the head. Mr. Valentine insisted that this be a lock-in. I think, how many bottles are y'all supposed to drink before I let you out of here?
I believe. What was the number, Nock?
Fucking all of them, sir.
Yes, fucking all of them, Rembrandt. Thank you, Nock.
Good sir.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, I think we better get started. Gracchus. Cheers to the pair of you for solving a quite nasty problem.
And thank you to you to keeping us in rye, Sharon.
It's fine. Consider it part of your payment. Yeah, I think a good time to tell you, we've cleared out a good amount of that stuff from the market. Gellart spotted a bunch of it. A few other of our mages spotted a bunch of it. So we think we can get it basically isolated. Oh, enough of this stuff. Come on. Let's get drinking. Let's get drinking, gentlemen.
That I can certainly agree to.
Indeed.
Ender is... You can tell this is Ender's element. His eyes are alight with glee.
Yeah.
You also see that a bunch of the tables have been sort of pushed together. So, because the tables aren't that big here, so like 4 of them have been pushed together so you can all kind of sit round. Come, let us take a seat and begin our activities.
I do enjoy activities, and I sit down, looking him in the eyes. There's still something there. There's still something there between them.
The sexual tension. Gracchus just sits down and goes, as if drinking everything in here wasn't going to be enough tonight.
Oh, it'll be nowhere near enough. Well, actually, considering we've got so much to drink and it's boring as balls just to chug it back, let's liven things up just a little bit. What do you say, gentlemen?
Indeed.
Why not?
Here, Boise, come on, sit down as well. All right. Oh, come over. Fucking. He settles back into a chair. As far away from you as possible, Cassius.
I thought that would be the case. If he was next to me, I was gonna pat his little belly. Pat, pat, pat.
I grab a glass, flip it over and pour him a Ryan, pass it over to Boise.
Thank you very much. He knocks it back. Oh.
Make sure it doesn't leak out of the
Fucking always fucking bring you. Alright.
Boyce, he'll never let it go. He'll remind you of that.
No,
Long as
I've noticed that. Yeah, I've noticed that. Right. Ender rubs his furry hands together. Now, I have a game for all of you. A good one to play. A good one to play while we're all relatively sober. So perhaps we should wait a moment. It's more entertaining when we're not sober.
Well, if we're drinking every fucking bottle, I suppose we make a start and then get on with it, shall we?
Why not? Why not?
Rembrandt, the weed also. And join us.
Oh, good lord.
Bring the bottles and join us.
Oh, alrighty.
You're a friend, Rembrandt, not a bartender tonight.
I'd like to see how much it takes to get a centaur fucked up.
In my experience, a lot more than you think.
He clops out from behind the bar.
Mm-hmm.
He's practiced in the art of barkeep, and you suspect he's waited a few tables in his time. He carries probably about 8 bottles with him, 8 bottles of good rye, and just lays them on the table. And it's almost like, I don't know if you've been in a situation where someone's bought a table of drinks. That seems to be what Charon has done. He's bought a table of drinks, and it's all good whiskey.
It's all good shit.
And some chasers as well. He's like, he's like, I don't want to kill them. They're pretty good at what they do. I don't want to kill them.
So considerate.
Out of a bit of a snuff box in Rembrandt's jacket, he pulls out some of the pipe weed and fills your pipe, Cassius, as well as his own, as well as Ender's and Charon's and Gracchus. Gracchus, do you partake?
No, I do not, sir. But thank you anyway.
What about you, little fella? Nock looks up. No, I don't partake, sir. No. All right, fair enough.
What would Nock's coughing sound like? Would he just mimic somebody else?
It'd just be like...
it would probably be it would probably be violent. It would be like the strangled core of a raven.
Yeah, about right.
So you have a round. You get through between you. You get through a bottle, and you're sort of idly chatting. So, oh, hang on. That's too much. I'm doing so many voices tonight, ladies and gentlemen, all in one scene. It's gonna
be fun.
It's gonna be something.
And I'm just gonna drink an awful lot of whiskey. So
nothing wrong with that.
So, Gracchus, what's this island you're going to?
The bastard to pronounce as always. Maybe you've heard of it ending Kalgargarak.
Oh, you're going for hunting.
That is very far out, Gracchus.
Like I said, I need to get back to what I know. Been too long.
And what you know is hunting, apparently.
My people are from Tolgavan. It's a bit more of a wasteland than Kalgaraka, but I need to reconnect with nature and the spirits.
Tolgavan, that's out near the edge, isn't it?
Yeah, one of the furthest out.
My word.
Not the furthest, though.
No, but the ones further out don't tend to be very habitable.
Well, they made me.
Not all bad, then.
Indeed. A ray of light against the night sky.
My people try to be.
Well, you know, are you hunting anything particular, Dracus?
More just trying to hear the spirits once again.
Hmm. Well, talking of spirits, let's get
Indeed.
more fucked up, shall we?
Second to that one.
Now, this game that I propose we play, it's very simple. Very, very simple. I like to call it Stoneface. And the rules are, you make a statement. It may be true, it may be a lie. Either suits the game. But the rest of your companions must guess whether what you've said is true or a lie. If they guess correctly, they choose who drinks. If they guess incorrectly, they drink a lot more. Simple rules.
You gentlemen don't stand a chance.
I imagine not.
We'll get to the booze quicker, though.
Oh
Indeed.
boy, will we. Who goes first?
Why don't I start, seeing as I'm the one leaving?
Why not?
So, in my time as a guard for one of the highborn houses, I had the distinct pleasure of bedding a highborn elf.
Oh, Mr. Furbraker. Now we have companions. We have a question each to determine the veracity of these claims.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll go first, I suppose. What was her name?
Ilana.
Pretty name. Knock kind of jostles you, Cassius.
Mm.
And he does this.
Okay. And I'm whispering to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He raises his bird-like eyebrow. Very interested in the question. Did you forget her name afterwards?
Cassius, you are incorrigible, by the way. And no, she did not.
I'm surprised. What did she look like? Don't leave us in suspense.
Around the same height as Cassius. Long, raven-coloured hair. Green eyes. Shall we say a figure worth fighting for? As I understand it, it's a passion of some of the highborn houses to partake in the guards, shall we say. I was not her first.
Which tier was this exactly?
I believe, well, I was working tier 4 at the time. I believe that she was from tier 3. Though, as I'm sure you can imagine, the highborn don't tend to tell the help.
I do hope you have a good question there, Mr. Fowbreaker. Mr. Valentine. Sorry, wrong person.
I'll let Boise go first.
Um, all right. Where did you do it? Ender sort of raises an eyebrow at him.
There are certain facilities provided by the families who provide this service. Barracks that are kept separate from the rest of the men. Essentially, it's a brothel, Boise.
Oh, so you're a rent boy for the evening.
It was a reward for the men. Betting a highborn is a rare privilege for a guard.
Quite the reward, Mr. Valentine.
When you looked in her eyes, while you were inside her, what did you see? What did you feel? And I'm just staring at him.
Honestly, Cassius, stress relief. There's nothing more than that. I knew what it was, and so did she.
He's telling the truth.
I concur. Nah, bollocks. Nah. They're my born what they don't do that. Well, how the fuck would you know, Boise? It's you two who are going to be drinking, not me. Oh. I think it's probably true as well.
Boise, you're fucked.
You know what? I'm torn. You know what, Boise? I'm not gonna leave you hanging. I'll go bullshit as well. And Knock goes bullshit.
Oh, Knock.
So, Mr. Fowbreaker.
Well, Rembrandt, Boise, Knock, you might want to finish those drinks.
What? Oh, come! Oh, for fuck's bloody hell!
Enjoy, boys.
That was Knock coughing, and Rembrandt makes no noise at all. He just sort of winks at Boise, and it's a double shot. He does. Oh my word! All right, who's next? Who is next? Knock pats you again, Cassius, and does this again.
So I need to give him the truth or the lie about him.
He does this again.
Okay.
I think he wants you to give him some paper so he can write it down.
He does that to you, Gracchus.
I pull it out. Like it's quite a nice small notebook with a nice pen and
Knock in common, very, very nice handwriting. Writes down, I used to live in tier 8. Oh my. You're not going to get me this time. You're not going to get me this time.
Would you like to start then, Boise? Seeing as you're so confident.
When did you get out of tier 8? And how did you get out of tier 8? It's one question, Boise, one question. Oh, fuck. When? He writes again. 8 months ago. How did you get out? I stowed away in a balloon that went down there to pick up some illicit goods. He writes that exactly. He's got a surprisingly good vocabulary for someone who can't talk.
Where did you stay when you came to Tier 7?
A wasted question, Gracchus.
Wherever I could. I stayed in alleyways, in holes in the wall. You saw one of the holes.
As you will remember, Gracchus.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever I wouldn't be seen, wherever I wouldn't be found.
A wasted question, Gracchus. I thought you were an investigator. I think that's a trick right there.
Sure. Why not? And just knock back the glass and done, finish and pour another one.
Where were you from in Tier 7, lad? Nock hesitates here a little bit. And he writes one word, Raven. And a bit of quiet descends around the table. Gracchus and Cassius, make me a history check.
Not bad, not bad. Good roll for the night. Now I've got the narrative box back, and I'm not using roll 20. We're on point. That is 17.
Okay. Then for me as well.
Both of you have heard whispers of... So both of you had heard whispers of Tier 8 before, and Raven was sort of a horror story that was told. The veracity of it, neither of you are sure. But it seemed like people who lived there went mad and began to eat each other. And it is around. It's called Raven because of the church the area is built around.
Mm-hmm.
Church to the Raven Queen.
Am I
you
the
don't
last?
know who the Raven Queen is. Actually, you might know Cassius, who the Raven Queen.
I think I definitely fucking would know who she is.
Gracchus, I'm not sure if you would.
Rumor and innuendo. Again, most from the higher tiers and a little bit from my past, but no one's ever believed. It's just one of these stories.
Am I the last one?
Ender is there as well.
Okay.
You know what, Mr. Valentine? I think I'd like to go last this time.
Was it as bad as they said it was, Nock?
Worse.
And how does he write it? Like, there's no hesitation there. He just goes...
It's very quick. The handwriting not quite as good as it was before.
Mm-hmm.
Where are the rest of the Kenku? And Nock again kind of pauses. I don't know. Some were in Raven. Others, I don't know.
Does he look like forlorn or resigned to that fact at all?
Make me an insight check. This is where all the dice rolls come in.
Hooray, dice rolls, because I'm pretty sure that I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder.
Me.
What was that, Carl?
16.
Okay.
Mine is a 17.
So he looks. I would say he looks reasonably forlorn.
I've made up my mind already, but
that was kind of the point I was going to confirm it for myself as well.
He looks. Certainly, when he said worse, he looks very. You could see something behind his eyes that he was trying to forget. As for the rest of the Kenku, it's yeah. He definitely doesn't know. That's almost like a that's almost matter of fact rather than sad or regretful. Well, I think it's time to guess.
True.
Nah, I don't believe it. Got a reason for that, Boise? I think he's working for you now. He's got skills. He's got some good skills. I think he could have put him. He would have put MCUs up here. I don't think he's from down there. Don't know how many folk have made it out of Raven. Sorry about that, lad, if it's true. And I think it is true. As do I.
I abstain.
I think that's a drink either way then, Cassius.
I think it is. And I just go to knock and I sort of put my hand on his shoulder and I go, I'm so sorry. And I raise a glass to him.
See Cass do that. I pick up my glass and look at Knock and just give him a nod to sort of acknowledge that I can only imagine how shitty that must have been. And take a sip.
You know what? I think a drink all round. A drink all round for Knock.
I think
Indeed.
it's the best left alone.
To one of the best sirs I have ever had the fortune to meet.
Here,
Good
here.
sir.
Good sir.
Good sir. Good sir. Good sir. Knock drinks as well. Difficult to read the expression on his face.
Is it?
What? I knew you'd do that.
What's the number?
It's a 23.
Underlying sadness,
Yeah.
but a warmth for the company around him.
That's my 19 gone. No more 19s for me.
Particularly yours and Grax's company.
As I finished the drink and put the glass down, I just looked to Knock. You're always with friends here, friend.
Friends. Good sirs.
Just refill mine and Knock. And I'm assuming is Cassius's glass empty?
Almost.
Will I top it up? No one's glass goes empty tonight.
You top up. Everyone tops up their drinks. You're another bottle down at this point.
Ladies and gentlemen, bodies of water. I'm going method tonight for this one. I won't be able to have the hangover the next day. But anyway, we're halfway through Stoneface.
Yeah, everyone's having generous measures poured. You're another bottle down. I wouldn't drink along fully with this, Lee, if you're doing that, because I
haven't lost
you've
yet.
got a lot to go through. You haven't lost yet. That's true.
I don't think you will, given your character.
Okay. Well, who goes next? That's the question. I think I'll take this one, gentlemen. I used to be one of the Tier 7 guardsmen.
What changed?
You've seen them. They don't do anywhere near enough. And you know, it's almost not their fault. Almost. Spread too thin, too low numbers. Found that I wasn't doing anywhere near the amount of good I should have been, or could have been. Nock is scribbling a question. He crosses it out. Do I know this one, so am I exempt, or do I have to ask a question? You'll probably still get it fucking wrong, Boise. No, you're exempt. You're exempt. Alright. You can fucking drink anyway. Oh, fine. Alright, fine. I'll fucking drink. Nock holds up his question. Did you arrest anyone famous? Did I arrest anyone famous? I mean, there aren't many famous crooks down here. The famous ones, if you're famous, you're doing it wrong, I think.
So, how long ago did you stop being a guard?
About 15 years. So you stopped being a guard, then you became somewhat of a illicit dealer of things and somewhat of a powerful man. How did you reconcile those two things? I don't really. Part of it was survival. Survival at the beginning. I mean, obviously, as a marked man, being a member of the guard, you have to get a bit of cred down here. So I had to do some things. If they were more in number, if they had done good deeds, better deeds, would you still be a guard now? I mean, they'd have to have gotten a lot fucking better. You can't say, really. Interesting. Guesses, gentlemen.
False.
True. I'm gonna go true. I don't know much about your past time. Not holds up a thing saying true as well.
Ender?
No. Mr. Valentine.
I think it's true.
At that point, Gracky just leans back in his chair and just shit.
Mr. Valentine, I thought you were good at this. That was a lie.
And then I wink at Gracchus.
Well, fuck me.
No, I didn't used to be a guard, but Boise did. Fucking, what are you doing? He's a fucking narc. You're a narc, aren't you, Boise? I'm not a narc. Shut up. No.
Narc. Fucking narc. Boo. Narc.
I mean, I think in all this, I can't really talk. I was a guard for a tier 4 family, so we all have our sins, Boise.
You were an enforcer, Gracchus.
If anything, that's worse. I was paid to hurt people.
Knock shots his thing back and just goes, boo.
I whisper to Knock. I whisper to Knock and go,
boo. Boise is a fucking narc. Boo.
good sir.
Oh, another fucking thing, another thing to you stab me and now you're calling me a narc, for goodness sake. I mean, for goodness sake, whose fucking go is it?
Maybe it's yours, Boise.
Well, it was going to be I used to be a guard, but apparently that one's been taken already. Oh, bloody hell. Those beetles attached to the cart, they're mine.
I remember.
They're my beetles. I had them when they were this big, and I've gotten them that big. Yeah. You don't need an insight check to see that he looks very proud of himself.
What are their names?
Their names are Dob, Rob, Bob, and Ob. With an H, Ob.
You're very bad at this game, Boise.
Well, you don't know that until we guess, do you? Don't know that until we guess. I know those aren't the names of your fucking Beatles. For fuck's sake. All right. I think we can probably dispense with the rest of the questions, can't we?
Should we just drink now and get it over with?
I think Boise should just fucking drink some more for that.
Fucking all right, Jesus.
Off you pop, Boise.
Boise drinks another 2. Knock goes, boo, and then he drinks another one. Boise's swaying a little bit now. Whose fucking turn is it? I think we're down to you and me, Mr. Valentine.
Well, and our bartender friend.
And our bartender. Well, Rembrandt, I'm still thinking of one. They got something I could tell you. Sifting through the stories. Oh, well. All right then. Why not? I have a mansion on tier 2. with my own personal airship. Everyone sort of stares at him for a moment.
Why slum it down in tier 7 then?
Why not? Like yourself, Mr. Fowbreaker, I'm somewhat of a hunter. And there's nothing better to do with my time. Well,
So tell me what Ender looks like again, especially clothes wise.
So, okay, yeah. So Ender is about 6'3", grey fur, sort of leopard kind of pattern. Very well built. He's got a warrior's build. Clothing wise, he's just sort of in leathers. Like he's not really in anything opulent. His gear is nothing
His
too
hunter's
fancy.
gear.
Yeah, I mean it's gear that you would expect to see on tier 7 or tier 6.
Okay.
How big is the mansion? Asks Nock. It's oh bloody hell! I don't think I could give you it in square feet. It's very big though. It's very big. So let's go with you know the South Dock warehouse. Warehouse number 4, I believe. Four's the sort of smaller one. It's about twice as big as that. Also, name of your ship? Ender. My ship is called the Privateer's Bane.
Why?
Well, that's more down to the pilot. The pilot's an old friend. And the SS Fuck Pirates is a little less couth than they allow on tier 2, so I suggested the change to the Privateer's Bane. She's a good pilot as well. And I had to pay her very handsomely to change the name. She really doesn't like pirates. Who hasn't asked a question yet? Boise hasn't, I know.
Yeah, I don't think Carl has. Have you?
I asked
You asked first.
7.
Rembrandt hasn't either. Why aren't you wearing sewing less shit?
Delicate as always, Boise.
I told you, Boise, I'm a hunter. Hunters wear camouflage. Surely there's better things you can do with your time than slum it down on tier 7. And hunting what exactly? Hunting what? Hunting the best game there is. The most elusive game there is. People. I'm no assassin, but there are people that require removal, and Charon here provides a good supply of people that need removal. All of them bad people, of course.
Of course.
And that's everybody. You can make insight checks if you wish.
All right. Whoopah! 19. I think. Hang on. It's a 15 base. Yes, 19.
Mm-hmm.
Gracchus is a little bit too to think about checking it out of that. So you just sort of stared at Ender for a bit.
He meets your gaze.
I'm gonna go false.
Cassius, your insight check didn't really give you anything. He's either telling the truth or he's a very practiced liar.
Mm.
I am so annoyed. I will be so fucking annoyed if this is true, because you've not fucking invited me there once. No, I wonder why I wouldn't have invited a crime boss from the low tier to tier 2. Why would I have forgotten to do that? That wouldn't raise any questions at all, would it, Mr. Charon? Gives him a wink. Nock he looks up at you, Cassius, and looks up at you, Gracchus. Just like,
Yeah, Nock, that's about it, I think.
Well, Nock, here's what we have. We have a very well-polished gentleman in front of us. He speaks very well, and he knows his way around social circles. His story is very, very polished, if it is a lie.
I think it's fucking false, says Boise, completely interrupting you.
In which case, Nock, it is true.
If the rule of Boise holds true, I'm going to be pissed.
I really hope it's false, but I have a sneaking suspicion it probably is true. You sneaky fucking pussy. Well, I am very sneaky. I don't know about a pussy, but I am sneaky. Yeah, you're too well spoken for down here. I think it's true.
Until Boise spoke, I would have said it was false, but as the rule of Boise goes, I believe this is true.
Nock writes down true. Oh, I am very good at this game. It was false. It was incredibly false.
Always trust your instincts, Nock.
Wait, I got it right. I got it right.
Even a broken clock is right occasionally, Boise.
That is true. That is true. He drinks anyway. That is very true. That's good. I'm gonna use that saying. Whenever I do something good, because that's good. That means I'm smart. That saying means I'm smart. I know it does.
It doesn't.
I've not heard it before, but I can tell that's what it means.
Sure thing, Boise. Sure thing.
Well, I'm relieved. Honestly, I'm more relieved for you, Ender, than I am for myself. Well, Rembrandt, I have a feeling that Mr. Valentine will be going last. Oh, all right. I once drank a clan of Goliaths under the table.
True. And it like Cassius sinks his drink and then goes to the toilet.
I can just look at Rembrandt. I'm going to say true, but I'm going to drink now because I got a feeling either way I'm going to need it. I just polish off the rest of my glass and pour another one.
Oh, gentlemen, not even any questions, my word. But it is true.
has clearly had some
You
experience
notice
drinking a
this-
lot of drink.
You notice that he is almost down the bottle by himself. And like this, and you, in fact, probably a bottle and a half. He's about half a bottle ahead of everybody at this point,
Yeah,
without even thinking.
How did you find yourself in this situation?
Well, running a bar or with the Goliaths?
With the Goliaths?
Oh, I used to be on a ship, and there's an island not too far from here, run by Goliaths, run by a large clan of Goliaths, and we stopped there for trading, and they insisted on getting us shit faced, and we did get shit faced, but they got more shit faced than me. I'm Faye.
Indeed.
Has a different effect on me. Well, I mean, everyone has said true, so I suppose either we're all right, or we all drink, and I think even if we're all right, we're probably all going to drink as well.
Indeed.
Indeed, the rules of the game seem to have been a little bit lost here, but it's fine. Well, you know what? I don't believe it. No. And you're all going to look really fucking stupid in a moment.
God, I hope Boise was only right once. I don't think I could live it down if he got this one right.
Well, the clerk has, it seems, moved because it was true. And Boise falls off his chair.
Do we just leave him there, or do we put him back in the chair?
I think you can just leave him there. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
We'll put a pillow under his head at some point.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Fullbreaker, Mr. Valentine. Fucking hell, this is good stuff. Mr. Valentine. Over to you.
Wow. Like, you can see him like clenching up at giving any kind of truth away, or like trying to work out how to best game this.
While he's taking his time doing this, Krakus just leans back in his chair, and if anyone gets this right, if it's a lie or the truth, either way, if anyone guesses correctly, I will drink a bottle on my own.
Ooh.
Oh, well,
Deal. Deal.
Before my time as an information broker, well, I was an information broker before I was an investigator up in Tier 2. But before that, I was a thief, a very good thief. And you may remember several years ago that there was something stolen from the High Palace in Tier 1. A very nice necklace. That is upstairs.
So, as Krakus, I try and replay in my head all the times that we've been in the office upstairs, and if I've noticed him sort of opening a particular drawer or going to the same place that might hide a necklace. I suspect I won't, given who it is, and he's very good at hiding things, but I'm just replaying it.
Oh, God. What would this be? I don't think it would be history. I think it would be perception.
Yeah, I think so. Against deception.
Yeah.
Perception against...
I mean, I'm going to lose this then.
Oh, yeah, you fucked. Sorry, Mum.
But it's fine. I thought that happened. I got a 13. Yeah.
No, you can't remember anything like that.
As soon as it came up, just as I rolled it, I heard you roll. I'm like, no, don't worry, don't bother, don't worry about it.
In character, it's fine.
Hmm.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Only question comes to mind: why?
Why? Why did I steal it?
Look, Cash, I'm going to be honest with you here. I will never know if this is true or false because even if it's true, you could make it a lie very easily. I know you. But I'm curious. Why break into the High Palace?
Where did you live before this? In Mihre. Where did you fall from grace?
Like I said, tier 4.
Tier 4. So you can just about see the High Palace there.
On a clear day, yeah.
I used to live on tier 2. Well, I used to be on tier 2. I did not live on tier 2. But I always saw it, and that seemed like the pinnacle of secrets. Wealth brings information and secrets and all manner of things that are pretty and beautiful. And I just wanted to see. I happened upon the correct room in the correct place, and off I went. The initial reason was to see if I could do it. That was never the mark.
Dry run then. Okay.
You've fallen a long way.
Indeed.
How?
Well, this was before I stole the necklace. Well, this was after I stole the necklace. In fact, that was what started my time in Tier 2. Palaces have lots of information and secrets, as I just told Mr. Fowbreaker. With one secret, I sold that to get more, and more, and more, and more. However, I could never sell the fucking necklace. Anyway, I became a information broker, and how I fell, well, that is a mystery to me as well, sir. A mystery I intend to unravel, solve.
How pretty is the necklace?
Too pretty to be sold. Yes, incredibly pretty. Perhaps once Mr. Fowbreaker is gone, I'll show you, just so he doesn't know where it is.
I appreciate the trust, Cassius.
Nock is just like wide-eyed with wonder. Boise snores gently.
Mm-hmm.
Now, taking something like that from up high, that would incur some heat, wouldn't it?
If they found you, yes.
But they'd be looking for it, surely.
They would. I was relatively unknown. And in that field, I am still unknown. As an information broker, I am very well known at this point. But as a thief, not so much. And I intend to keep it that way.
I think it's only Ender left, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Are you going to keep the necklace or give it to somebody? If you can't sell it, you can perhaps give it away.
Well, I will keep it until I find someone to give it to or find someone to sell it to. But maybe, perhaps I won't. No one knows I have this apart from you good gentlemen here. And it has always been quite a feather in my cap that no one would dare to think about the Devilish Library for where this will be kept. As far as I'm aware, they've stopped looking for it now.
Make a deception check.
Can I use the same one as last time? That was fucking dope. That one's one less dope.
So it's a 19.
Which would be a 25 altogether. Yeah.
Ender is rolling insight.
Ooh.
And he has rolled more than a 25.
Ooh.
Pop it in the chat. Let's go around. Let's go around, gentlemen. If this is true, I'm gonna be so mad because I could have royalty knocking my door down. I don't think you'd take the risk, so I'm gonna say no. I think you're lying, Mr. Valentine. I don't know. You're good, but I don't know if anyone's that good.
You know what? I've got faith in him. I think it's true.
Nods his head. I think he really wants it to be true.
Yeah. Not just hopes it's true.
All right. I think it's probably true as well.
It's false, gentlemen. Why on earth would I be in tier 7 when I could not necessarily sell the necklace, but sell it in parts? I would not be here anymore.
Can I?
And there's a small look. There's a small look to Ender, a small one, and then bang. But you can try your best.
I want to try. Can I try and see if he's bullshitting the fact that it's a lie or not?
Mm-hmm.
So again, I'm guessing I'm writing insight.
I'm dropping, but they're still pretty good.
I mean, you've beaten me either way.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 3. So to be fair, Gracchus is very drunk and is about to buy a bottle of rye whiskey because he made that deal.
Yeah. You see some sexual tension between Ender and Cassius, and nothing more.
Sure. Well, I'm a man of my word. Grabs one of the 4 bottles of rye on the table and just pulls the cork out with his teeth, spits it on the floor, and just begins to just gulp it down.
As you're gulping it down, Ender gives Cassius a quick wink.
Mm-hmm.
The night passes. All the bottles are drunk. Everyone is very, 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 very drunk. except for a Rembrandt, who's fine because he's Fey, and apparently that means something. Boise is carried home by Charon and the Beatles. The dog headbutts the table, shaking it. Ender leaves with a he leaves at a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
I think once the alcohol is drunk, he stands up and bids you both a good night before departing the Devilish Library. And the doors are unlocked. And when you walk out into the streets of Mihre, it is daylight. You've probably been in there for a good, probably 10 or 11 hours. And Mr. Foebreaker, your ship is due.
Well, I thank you for the going away party, Cassius.
Of course, good sir. Unfortunately, you need to travel. I do not. I pity you for that.
Luckily, I can sleep on the boat. At least I hope. Sleep on the boat.
I guess that depends on your pilot.
Yeah, it does. You seemed rather talkative when I booked the passage, so. He holds out an arm to Cassius.
I'll walk you there. Not yet. Come on.
Fair enough.
Is Nock with us? Nock's with us as well?
Nock has curled up in the office.
Okay.
He's curled up on the Shaylong.
Fair enough.
Of course.
You walk. It's peaceful. It's the most peaceful you've seen it on the streets of Mihre. It is that golden time as the sun's beginning to rise.
I love that time.
Between the latecomers are off the streets, and it's just before the early risers start going to work. It is. You could hear a pin drop. It's that quiet. The kobolds aren't even out yet, changing the torches over, so they're still glowing blue. You walk out into the open air and onto the docks, past the warehouses, silent, and to the end of the dock, where at the end is sort of one of the thinner docks that's meant not for airships, much to your chagrin, Gracchus, but for hot air balloons. There is a solitary. There are a few parked up, but there's only one parked up with its balloon unfurled. The balloon is serpentine purple, just as the sky is. And the basket is of a decent size. You could probably rest your head somewhere. The pilot, you can just see him in the distance.
Shit. I'd rather hope for something slightly larger.
Well, at least he's not too large. He won't take up much room.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'd best be off. Don't leave without me.
Stay safe, Gracchus, Bowbreaker. I can do this on my own, but I'd prefer not to. I've grown accustomed to you here, so I hope you find what you're looking for. But until then, I'll be here, holding the fort. I'll see you when I get back. And he holds out a hand. Cecil, grab. Yeah.
Okay. I'll see you when I see you, Cassius Valentine. Mana.
And I walk off.
And you part ways. Gracchus, you keep going
Mm-hmm.
toward the balloon. I know what's coming, so
We all know what's coming.
you notice that
Bodies of water.
so as you get a bit closer, you see that that your pilot is a halfling.
Just doing it in my head.
Your pilot's a halfling, and actually, he's not alone. There's a dock worker with him, who is sort of adjusting. He's sort of adjusting the knots, tying it through. He looks exhausted. Not the pilot. The pilot looks chipper as ever, but the dock worker looks completely like he does not want to be awake right now. As you walk up, you get within earshot.
I'll tell you what, boy, that succubi tried to suck me dry. But I got a wife, so she had to go. So in the head, she was dead. And that's what happened there.
The dock worker is just right. Yeah. Yeah. Please tell me you're leaving soon.
Well, I'm just waiting for my pet. I believe my passenger is here. You are Mr. Fullbreaker, correct?
I am indeed.
Ah!
Forgot to grab your name.
My name is Captain Travok of the Dixie.
Pleasure to meet you, Captain Travok. I very gingerly shake the hand and worry about flinging him up and down.
What does Travok look like?
So Travok is, well, he's a halfling, so very sort of like hobbit-like. He's got lovely blonde curls, green eyes, big old sort of, well, it would be a long bow, but it's a short bow for him. He looks kitted out for this. This guy is like, if we're doing safari, he's down for safari, right? The airship is nice as well. One thing you do see, Carl, like I said, it's a hot air balloon, but it's got this fucking massive harpoon on it. So this guy rocks big game, should you so wish. He's not a big guy, but somehow he's got this harpoon rigged on his hot air balloon to, I don't know, take down, well, succubus and whatnot if they try and suck him dry.
What's squeaky? There's something really squeaky somewhere.
It's my chair. It's my chair against another thing behind me. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Never mind then. Continue.
And that's it. Yeah, he looks like a hunter, a very small hunter. You're not really sure of his capabilities. He's got a big harpoon on his boat, though. But yeah, you shall see. Mm-hmm. Halfling and a half orc. Off they go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very chipper, though. This is very early. Especially, he feels even more chipper to you because you're fucked up.
Yeah.
But this guy is like he's fallen out of the right side of the bed every single day of his life.
Mm. The dock worker, seeing you arrive, practically sprints off the dock, leaving the two of you to make your way.
Well, Cal Gargarak. It's a long way out, Mr. Fullbreaker, wasn't it?
Please, call me Gracchus.
Well, Gracchus, what are we hunting? They got some big game out there. They got some small game. We got whatever you want. We could do some sky game if you want. You can see Dixie's got a harpoon there. We can shoot it down from there.
If I'm being honest, Captain Travel, I'm looking to simply reconnect with something that I've lost. My people are druids.
And you're going to Cal Gargarak to reconnect with nature.
In a manner.
We're going to have to kill some things if we touch down.
I'm aware. I've heard of Cal Gargarak before. It's part of nature. Death isn't that necessary part of things.
Well, I'm excited for this because I haven't been there for a long time.
I've heard the natives can be interesting.
Natives can be interesting. The flora can be interesting. The fauna can be interesting. That place is death. But fun death.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
You've been having this conversation as Travok has kind of been running around, untying the balloon from its moorings, and at the last sentence that he said, he very nimbly hops over the side and into the balloon.
Permission to come on board, Captain?
One thing I should make you aware of, this will be good for our safari. And he just looks at him and goes, permission granted. He doesn't move his lips, but you hear it in your mind. This will be very good for our safari. You jump aboard, sir.
As I'm hopping over, I was like, that's going to take some getting used to.
We could do it all the way to Kal Gargarak. He's still not talking. Our flight time is approximately 3.5 cycles to Kal Gargarak, at which point we will depart for, well, as long as you want, sir. You have bought me on retainer, and I'm very excited to be at Cal. Once again, it's been a long time. But until then, strap in your things and the baskets on the side. Strap yourself in. Maybe get a bit of shut-eye. You look like you've had a rough night, and I'll get the Dixie underway.
Thank you, sir. And I sort of unsling my pack and my weapons and put them down and tie them up to where I want to, and then just I take a seat in the corner of the basket and just sort of lean my head back and close my eyes.
You feel the balloon lift off.
Yeah.
And after about 5 or 6 minutes of it floating away, you open your eyes again and take a look at Mihre. You've not seen it from this angle for many, many years. You see the whole mountain. You see every tier from a distance. And
Ain't it?
it's a big old place. You can't see the palace, shrouded in clouds.
You forget how beautiful the place can be from the outside when the inside's so full of shit.
You live there, or you just passing through?
I used to say I was passing through. Truth is, I've been there longer than I've been anywhere else.
And on that note, I think we will end there. So, it's going to be a slightly different set of episodes coming up.
We've split the bloody party.
We've split the party.
Breaking the cardinal rule.
We've added another person. It's going to be a whole thing. So, yeah, next time we will pick up with Mr. Cassius Valentine.
We will.
Solo.
Yeah.
And we will, of course, see some more of Gracchus on his nature retreat,
Voyage.
let's say. his nature retreat, his relaxing time away on Kal Gargarak.
What could possibly go wrong? Everything wants to eat you. But what could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong on a hot, thick jungle island run by lizard men? What could possibly go wrong?
Looking forward
Probably
to it.
nothing. Probably nothing.
It's going to be really quiet. Going to be really quiet sessions with you, Carl.
Yeah, it's going to be really like 45 minutes twice of just boring nothing. Because Travok isn't really a fun character either. There was no reason for us to bring him in at all.
No.
It's not like he's been in every single one of our campaigns.
I secretly believe that Travok is actually the secret multiverse guardian who is just running everything.
I mean, the thing is, right, like back in the day when I first brought Travok into our first D&D session, Ladies Jungle Bodies of Water, he was going to have such a good ending, but we didn't get to the end fight because Matt went off to fucking China.
Oh, what a bastard.
We didn't play it anymore. But Travok was going to have such a dope ending.
Well,
but now we have another chance.
Yeah.
He's now part of Mihre.
Now he's part of the Shattered Lands. So
the Shattered Lands.
Let's see what happens. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Do all
Smash all of those buttons. Smash all of them
every button
all at once. Like that.
All of the buttons. Every button in your life, every button on your computer, just smash them. Smash every button you can smash. And thank you for watching. And we'll see you next time.
See you in the next one. Love you guys. Bye.